first movie produced entirely in Tennessee. Take a look at a scene from Deadline, starring Steve Talley and Academy Award nominee Eric Roberts as journalists working to solve a civil rights murder that's been a cold case for almost 20 years.
Well, I'm not booking my ticket to the Pulitzer Prize ceremony yet, but it's a start. Fix the lead. Make it never bothered to investigate. And the fourth paragraph's weak. You got all the facts, but there's no outrage. A 15-year-old is dead. The cops don't care.
Almost 20 years later, the crime remains uninvestigated, unsolved, and unpunished.
Are you going to pitch it for the front page?
I already did.
The movie is based on the critically acclaimed book called Grievances. Both the book and the screenplay were written by this guy, Mark Ethridge. He is a third-generation reporter and writer who directed 2 Pulitzer Prize-winning investigations for the Charlotte Observer. So you know what you're talking about.
Well, I hope I do. I hope that comes through in the book.
It's wonderful to have you here in Nashville.
Well, I love being here. It was such a great place to make a movie, and the town is so welcoming. And I had no idea about what a sophisticated film city it was. Everybody knows about country music, but this is a whole nother level.
Tell me the story quickly, if you can, about how you and Curt Hahn of Filmhouse got together to do this, because it's really interesting.
Well, I tell you, I was on a book tour, and I'd been asked to speak at my high school reunion. And I did. And afterwards, a guy came up to me, and I didn't recognize him. Of course, most of us hadn't seen each other for decades.
Sure.
He said he really liked the book, and he enjoyed my talk, and he said he had a movie company, and he wanted to turn it into a movie. And, you know, it's your high school reunion, and at that point, you know, everybody's done something great. You're a little bit skeptical, but I checked, and I learned about Filmhouse, and I learned about Curt Hahn, and we got reacquainted, and that's how it started.
You wrote the screenplay. You know, took several incarnations, I'm sure, to make it happen. How do you feel like your book translates to the film?
You know, it's interesting. I don't think that it is. Deadline is not a movie about the book. In the same way that the book is inspired by true events, in many ways, Deadline is inspired by the book. And so I understand that there are certain imperatives about filmmaking that really mean that in many cases parts of the book won't translate or shouldn't translate. And, you know, when you get a second chance at something, you have a chance to make it even better. And so I'm very, very proud of what Deadline is. But I love them both. It's like they're both my children.
Sure, yeah. As we take a look at some scenes of the filming in Tennessee, this was really significant for the state of Tennessee to have it totally produced out here.
Well, and there's such a great amount of talent. You were kind to mention Eric Roberts and the other Hollywood stars, but a lot of the players came from right here, and they are terrific.
That's wonderful. So the big premiere is tonight. The neat thing is that folks after the premiere can listen to a Q&A with you and many of the actors who are in the movie.
Well, that's a really exciting part for us, because we get to interact and hear what people think, and if they have questions coming out of a movie, I know I've come out of movies and wanted to ask the writer or the producer about this or that, and this is everybody's chance.
Well, it's going to be fascinating. Thanks so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Well, it's a pleasure, and we really appreciate Channel 5 being involved in helping us with tonight's premiere.
Glad to do it. By the way, tickets are still available for the world premiere of Deadline. It's tonight at the Regal 16 Theater in Green Hills. The neat thing is, too, proceeds are going to Family and Children's Services. You can purchase tickets online at deadlinefilm.com/Nashville. The movie opens in Nashville area theaters on Friday. Coming up.